Okay, guys, so welcome to another live analysis session. All right. So I'm going to start off with Pound USD again. So Pound USD is working its way out to be a very good trade. So we had the H4 price action stop on here. I told you guys that this was the area that was important. It was a crucial breaking point as to what the price is going to do. Currently, the price is at this H4 validation point at the moment. But when we look at the price action here, we had a stop hunt into this H4 area. So we had a H4 stop hunt here, right here. The price has done a market structure break, return to origin and short. Now we've had the UK news come out. So the UK news has remained unchanged for now. Okay. All the news is unchanged for now. But looking at what we have going on for moving forward, I'm expecting the price to now we've had a break in the return. Now I used the 15-minute version. I gave the shout out to my students about this already. All right, from yesterday for a short. Now we had an interesting entry. The entry wasn't into the supply order block, but rather to a flip zone here. So the price decided to use a flip zone order block as the place to go for the short. So we see that the price returned in here one more time before the news. Stop loss should have been above. So far, it's already done quite a few pips already. Now I'm looking to see what we have now on the 15-minute. The price is broken beneath here, is returned back now and is going for a short. So right now we should be looking for a sell at any time. The price has already done quite a few sells. If you're in the M1, then expect an entry here. I believe the price will pull back one more time. We have a bit of inefficiency here in the price, so I'm looking for something along the lines of this, and then we can go for a short. All right, so I'm looking for this kind of short right here. Once we get this short, then we can go from where we are moving forward. All right. So the M1 entry here, this is what I'm looking for. But what I'm gonna do, let me move forward. Let's go and look at Euro USD. So Euro USD has performed what we were expecting. So the price is pushing long right now. Okay, and we could be potentially filling that liquidity gap. To me, I told you, because of the double bottoms that I've seen here, I don't trust the price that this is the actual long that's going to carry the price back up to this area here, which is what we're expecting. I really do doubt it. I do think that the price is just finding an area of supply that we can use to be able to go short from. All right, now we had an interesting spike now on the D1 right here. I'm just watching to see the price action at this D1 area. And if you look at this area right here, we have a D1 demand zone. This D1 demand zone is a very strong one. We had a very strong piece of price action from April all the way up to where we were in May. Now, we had an attempt to return to the price, but we didn't the first time and second time. So when the price got a chance to, it broke right through, and now we return to the other side. So in fact, I am actually looking for a short on Euro USD opposed to what the price action is looking for, because we don't have in order for this price to really go long, we need a very strong area of demand to push it there, which we don't have. To me, I expect the price to actually give us an entry to go for a short, and I'm expecting Euro USD to give us a short back down to around about here for targets. All right. I'll go through the specifics of the entry after, but our targets will be back to this area here where the liquidity gap was made from the news, and I expect the price to give that to us very, very soon. Okay. Now, this trade right here, I like it a lot. I'm looking for a return back into this supply zone right here. And I'm going to shout out my students actually and post this out to them so that they can see this. So I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to go for a short. All right. And then after from there, I expect the price to give us a strong piece of price action here. So I'm going to post this out to the students and share this with them so that they can capture this entry right now. So let me just post this out to them. Let me just post this out. give this entry to them already because this trade is ready to go now. So let me go. All right, let's post this one out for them. All right. A very interesting piece of price action. Currently, we have had, it's always important to get that market structure break. So I'm gonna put this look for sell entries. So I'm just gonna quickly put the sell entry for them on. Pending or market at. So entry, let's type that up. So I'm posting this out to them now because this trade is ready to go as we speak right now. So I'm gonna post this out right now. Let's put this here. Let's post this out. So I'm expecting an entry anywhere from the optimal trade entry, so OTE, anywhere between that range. Take a screenshot of that. All right. So back to at least the OTE level. Let's post this. Let's put this out there. Now Wednesday usually is my favorite day because that's when the market really heats up, but we haven't really had as much as we haven't really had that much stuff go on a Wednesday as I would have liked. And I'm going to put a take profit. Now the take profit for this one is 170. Let's see, we have 170 pips. So we're looking for the price to return back to these areas of demand. So the validation point is here. So I'm expecting the price to get just beneath. So 1.17. I'm going to put a range for the take profit. So I would say the range for this take profit for this trade is 1.17858 to 1.17. All right. 1.17. I would say 1.17695 between that range. Okay. So let me just send this screenshot out. Get that on. Send that out to them. Okay, that's sent. So let's see how the price behaves. I'm expecting the price to give us an entry there, back into this area for a short. And then we can go from there. All right. So what do we have going on next? So now we have GU and EU. We expect both of them to go short, which is good. AUD USD, we're still waiting for the price action. We haven't had the body close above. You can see the price actually close within this area, which is great. So we just need the price to give us some signature so that we can go for a short. But right now, ADUSD has been in a range. Price action is quite flat right now, so there wouldn't be much to do with this at the moment. The liquidity has been weak. Now, all throughout Asia, the liquidity has been quite weak, which is a shock because the prime time for the Australian dollars in the Australian will be in the Asian session, which we haven't had. We had a bit of activity here, but the price range is really thin. Just about literally just about 20 pips, which is strange. All right, but it can happen sometimes where the price is thin. All right. Now I'm looking to see what else we have going on with the price action here. All right, I'm going to put out USD CAD now. So USD CAD, as we see, we discussed it yesterday. This H4 demand zone was the break, make or break. Now we've just had a H4 stop on USD CAD, and the price is now providing an entry to go for a long. So I'm looking for USD CAD to go long. If you can catch this live with us right now, try and catch it. But I'm expecting USD CAD to return back to the order block. Now, in terms of the liquidity, the price is not completely balanced for it to go for a short. Hence why the price is weakening as we get back to this validation point, because we haven't returned back to the real supply zone, which is the trigger for the price to continue going short. Now, for me, if I've put the Fibonacci on, I think this will be an 86 pullback. So I'm expecting the price to give us a target of another 284 pips. So from where it is right now, I'm going to use the M5 and 15. I'll be posting this entry, but we can have an M15 or M5 entry. I see the features of price. I'll put an alarm here when the price is producing what we need, then I'll give a shout out. All students be ready to take this trade. Now, US oil, as you can see here, guys, remember what I said about the pair correlation. USD CAD and US oil have an inverse pair correlation. At the moment, you can see right now that US oil is taking a big drop in price. And therefore, the Canadian dollar should be weakening, which means USD CAD should be pushing long. So right here, you can see that I put this line out here yesterday. We've had a very strong stop hunt reversal signature, and now the price is giving us a short. And I don't expect the price to stop shorting until at least this demand zone here, which is around about 71. Now, if the price does more than that and breaks beneath, then we're about to see some of the gaps that were left on the market, which we were looking at. Students, if you guys remember, we're looking at those liquidity gaps on US oil, even back down to over here. When this price gave us a takeoff for a long at this point right here where we are, the price left a gap right at the beginning of the movement, and it's quite obvious too. So it was very intriguing to see what the price was doing. Now, for me, this trend line looks like an algorithmically designed one. It's not a normal trend line. It's quite an unhealthy trend line. It's very controlled. And so if whenever we have this is a very common thing that we see with price. But I'm expecting the price to give us a pullback in a proper trend line so that we can have an A to B and then a C and then over to a D swing. So I'm expecting to see something going on there with the price. It's way too steep. It's way too steep. Exactly. It's way too steep. And also from some of the features, when I'm looking at how the wicks are behaving, I can see that this is definitely algorithmic manipulation. This is not the true oil price, right, that we are seeing right here. This whole area right here, after the price left this last demand zone, this last bullish candle, all of these candles here, this isn't true price action. This is manipulated price action. So I'm expecting to see some sort of pullback and a real healthy retracement back down here, and probably the price even taking the low at 61 and then launching off for a long, which will be a lot more healthy for the price. So I want to see that if this is the case, then we should see USD CAD keep pushing forward, and this is why USD CAD should be definitely ready for us to go for a trade on this one. So we're going to capture this trade in a moment. I'll post out the details for it. So students be ready for what the price is going to do here. We have an absolutely incredible trade. I like USD CAD even more because even on the M30, it's fulfilled this demand zone. Now, don't get me wrong, this long is not forever. USD CAD has a gap here that needs to be filled, the same way Euro USD has a gap on the upside. A lot of every US pair experienced the weight of the FOMC minutes movement. So because of that, we saw, the price doing what it was doing. So I'm expecting to see, some price action here moving forward. I would like to see the price. So will equilibrium become the TP? That's a good point, but the price is going to do a lot more than that, I believe. But equilibrium could be a short-term TP, but I mean, in terms of risk to reward, is not enough. I believe the price is going to do more. But we're getting there. I think once the price performs the last bit of the price action we need, then we should be looking for a long here. So I'm expecting to see some more price action here moving forward. All right. NZD-USD. So NZD-USD is actually broken out of, or seems to have broken out of this demand zone. We won't know until the end of the day, but we do have a lot of gaps in price here that need to be filled out. Lots of validation points that need to be validated that haven't. But this demand zone is the crucial spot for us to make our decision. For now, the price is broken above it, but just because the price is closed above it with, or it seemingly looks like it's going to close above it with the body, we actually can't say yes or no, because until we have the close of the day, if the wick of the candle closes above this high, but the body closes within this area, then we're still not going long yet. So we still can't make an assumption of it. So I'm going to give NZD USD 1 day to do what it needs to do. Now, I knew this week, this is why with the 10K challenge, for those of you wondering, I slowed down because I noticed what the price is trying to do, or I'll say the market is doing. So I'm slowing down. It's profit. We're still in profit by a lot, and there's no problems there. We just want to wait for the price to give us what we need in order for us to make our movement. So I'm watching the price quite carefully, and I want to see how how far we get with the price moving forward. So let's let's have a look at what's going on here with the rest of the pairs. Now, pound Swiss franc is the trade that I talked about yesterday. If you guys will remember, I said to you that from where the price is right now, we have this liquidity pool that needs to be filled, and the price has used the opportunity. I told you, I said this all yesterday. If you haven't seen it, please watch back the previous video. The market will always find an opportunity, an excuse to fulfill technical imbalances that is being created by them or by real market imbalances or things like that. Now, the pound news was a perfect scenario to cause the price to get here. So pound CHF is about to be a very good movement here for a long. And so I'm expecting the price to get here. So I'm going to shout the students out, be prepared for this one, guys. We're looking for a continuation long here, but we need the price to first take this liquidity pool and then continue going long. Just as we said, the price action is perfect here. So what I usually like to do, I'm going to drag this right to the front here, along with the rest of the trades we're waiting for. So Euro USD is now approaching RTO. All right, so you should be getting ready to put a sell on this one, guys, as I've said. And with the correct stop losses that I've given. Pound USD, I'm going to drag this here. So pound USD's made a little gap up as it's on its way up, which is nice. So let's see what the price does. Is return back now again to the M50 minute again. So if you want to take the flip zone entry, guys, there's an entry right now. You can go for a short. Stop losses should be above this area, and our target is going to be the entry for the long. All right, so be prepared for that. It should be in there. Okay. Now let's look at Ripple. Ripple hasn't moved just yet. You can see that the price is very stable. So I'm going to put this right here. At 6 o'clock, we're going to go back to it. I thought my alarm had hit. I'm just going to put another one because I don't think it's even on, just in case. We'll come back at 6 to watch that. All right, let's look at the rest of the market and see what we have. We have a few minutes left, and then after we can go and check out what the market is doing. We can see what the market is doing. So gold, guys, I would say to you, please keep a very strong eye on gold, because gold has more than just factors to do with price action in terms of like going long or going short that matter to the entire world. Okay, what gold means to human beings who know about gold is a store of value. And so stores of value are always going to be manipulated by any institution that doesn't want the people to have a store of value. Okay, now if I don't know if you've heard it already, but there is a common, well, it is actually a fact, but okay, some of the strong powers that be, okay, in the form of the World Forum. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but basically one of the things by 2030, which is one of their predictions, is that you will own nothing and you'll be happy. Now, to me, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Human beings were created to own things. That's why assets exist. All right. And so as inflation is increasing, we have the rise of digital money. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that we have to be careful of. And gold plays a very important factor because it's one of the only stores of value in this world that is a safe store of value that has real, it does have use case, so does silver, but it is a known store of value to protect you against currency devaluation, which I believe is coming very soon, sooner than most people think. So why am I saying that? For that reason, gold will always be heavily manipulated by people who want a cheaper price or people who want to discourage you away from owning any gold, because they know you transferring your currency into gold puts them at even more risk every single day of their currency failing. Okay, because currency is just a representation of money or of an asset. All right, the dollar when it was out in 1913, well, when we saw the US dollar when the Federal Reserve was created and we had the gold standard system, the dollar was just a representation of how much gold a person owned. The same as the pound. Pound sterling comes from a pound of sterling silver. Okay, the British pound was just a denote that metal with silversmiths, goldsmiths, what they used, and in those times they had personal banks, what they used to represent silver. So a 20 pounds note was just to tell you that you have 20 pounds worth of silver. That's how much you're worth or how much you own. But now things have changed right now, and we live in a society where the actual paper has become money to people. Everybody's chasing just the currency and not thinking about the value, underlying value of it. And this is how it is. Now, gold is something very special. Now, we have a liquidity gap on gold all the way back up here, which will be filled. Now, the trigger that needs to happen for that, I believe, needs to be something along the lines of a weekly low being run. Now, we still have a gap here that hasn't been filled. So I'm of the belief that I believe that gold is going to give us one more shot. Now, how far it could go, it could either stop right here, or we could even push lower into an area of demand and we could see a long. But all I would say is that if you capture this gold long, you would make a lot of money in the thousands. With £100 account, you could come out with 2K. Let me explain this to you. If I put my risk management tool here, and if you trade the way we do, if you have a stop loss, now I'm using 0.01 here because this is the challenge account, but the balance is not in the challenge account, it's in the wallet. All right. If we put a 0.10 trade, now if you do 10 times this, our stop loss will be £20. And if we had an entry from here with the correct stop loss, and we got just back to the gap, risking £20 will make you £850. Now, if you manage to get two entries, so two dynamic entries, let's say one at when you're in profit of maybe £30, then you have two trades, one of 850 and one of 820. And this could be dollars, pounds, yen, whatever, or maybe not yen, but let's say dollars or pounds or something. Then you're looking at 1,670 pounds, all right, for risking £20 in your account. Now, depending on what account you have, all right, you'll be able to risk about 1 to 2%, maybe possibly even more than that. All right. If you this is what that is worth risking. Even if you have a smaller account. Now, I'm not an advocate for over risking at all, but there are moments in history where the price does things that will never happen again. Okay, or won't happen for a very long time because history does rhyme. It doesn't repeat itself. It does similar things, not the same. Now, this opportunity here to get this liquidity gap filled, we just need one good entry. We just need one point where the US dollar is going to become very strongly weak. Now, when that's going to happen, we can watch the fundamentals to see. But from a technical standpoint, the price has been in this range for a whole week for a reason. There isn't any liquidity yet to drive the price. And whenever the price is accumulating like this, the market is just building orders long and short. So sooner or later, we're going to see something. So my eyes are on gold. Yes, Euro USD is just RTOing now. So that's good. And we have other trades that are coming along that we can get some great trades from. But right now, you know, is the time that we should be looking to definitely take gold. Okay, definitely. All right. My mind is on gold more than any other pair in terms of forex trading or commodities. All right. This is my major play right now. I'm not even looking at silver. Usually I'll look at silver too, but gold is the perfect for me is the perfect pair for us to grab a great opportunity. Okay. So let's look at the rest of the market. Let's see what's going on. All right. Um, let me put this here. All right. Now, for my students, we're going to continue this lesson. For those of you on the live stream, I hope you enjoyed. All right.